Can your utility knife do this? I have 3 utility knives here that are out of the ordinary, but very cool. Let's see what I got. And here are those 3 utility knives. I picked these up from a company called Arena Accessories. And these might be the coolest utility knives that I own currently. This is a Balisong utility knife. I already showed you this at the beginning of the video. This looks like a common everyday pocket knife, but this is a rear flipper utility knife. And then this bad boy right here, which is a dual action automatic OTF utility knife. When I saw these online, I knew I had to grab these 3 just to show you guys, just because of how unique these are. I know a few other Balisong utility knives exist in the world, but I've never seen them before. I mean, how cool is this? And it got me thinking why I don't EDC a utility knife as opposed to always carrying a pocket knife around. Well, let's talk about that. These are my 2 utility blades that I use for work. This is a Stanley utility knife right here, and this one right here is a DeWalt folder utility knife. I'm sure you guys have seen these a million times in your life. These are just 2 common everyday utility knives. This one I keep in my house and I hate it. And why do I hate this one? Well, for me, a utility knife has to check a few boxes. And one of those boxes is that the blade has to be extremely easy and convenient to change out. Because depending on how hard you use your box cutter, you'll go through a blade probably every other day. And if changing the blade becomes a chore, it's just a pain in the butt. And with this Stanley here, you have to get a Phillips head screwdriver, unscrew it, take off this handle. There is a little piece right here that holds on to the blade. You have to take that out, fit the blade back in perfectly, make sure that the push button mechanism is lined up correctly. Once it's all correct, you put the handle back on, screw it back on. It sucks. So that's why this one just sits in my toolbox and rarely gets used. I use this DeWalt more than anything. It folds up nice and convenient. There's a pocket clip. When it's unfolded, there's a liner lock. And the most important thing is changing this blade out. There's a little quick release mechanism right here. You just push that down and the blade just slides right out. It's great. The problem I have with this DeWalt utility knife here is just extremely chunky. And if I'm going to everyday carry something, I don't want it this chunky. For work, it's fine. I just put it in my toolbox or my backpack and carry it around until I need it. It's just too chunky. I always find myself going back to a pocket knife, but I don't want to hard use this pocket knife because they're expensive. And let's be honest, sharpening these blades sucks. I know some of you guys out there like it. I don't like sharpening my blade. So that's why I should be carrying an everyday carry utility knife. And these 3 really fit the bill of being extremely unique, something I've never really seen before, extremely easy to use, and very easy to change the blades. And I'm going to rank these 3 at the end of the video. Ease of changing the blades, practicality and usability, and just the cool factor. Which one wins? So let's start with the utility knife that looks like your everyday carry pocket knife. And that's exactly why I like this one. It looks, feels, and functions exactly like an everyday carry folding pocket knife. There's a little flipper tab back here, and let me tell you, there's ball bearings in this pivot, and the action on this is phenomenal. Now, the drop shut isn't as smooth as some of your everyday carry pocket knives, but you can see with a little bit of adjusting that pivot, I can get this to drop shut. And for a utility blade, that is outstanding. You can see right here, also has a frame lock, a milled titanium pocket clip that's not deep carry, but it is tip up and right side only. And as you'd expect, there's a lanyard hole right there at the end. Another thing I like about this flipping utility blade is it's extremely small and lightweight. This weighs only 2.2 ounces. And the handle here is only 3.75 inches. So let me bring back in that Benchmade Mini Osborne 945 right here. This is the BK1 model. And if I hold these up side by side, you can see they're almost exactly the same handle length. So if you have a Mini Osborne 945, you're gonna know just how small this flipping utility knife is. And earlier when I spoke about how easy it is to change the blades, this right here is a toolless system. There's a little screw right here where you just loosen that up. Make sure you don't lose it because it will fall out. And There you go. And you can see they take standard size razor blades. So I have a ton of DeWalt razor blades right here. So if you have these, they will fit. And Arena Accessories does ship this with a blade inside of it, plus 10 replacement blades here. And then putting it back in, extremely easy. Just fit it right back in there. Take that screw and just screw it right back in. Make sure it's tight. And that's it. And also it feels very high quality, not just the flipping action itself, but the handles here are made of grade 5 titanium. The handles, the pocket clip made of grade 5 titanium. All the hardware, I believe, is stainless steel. So this is the pocket knife flipper utility knife. So let's put this down and let's bring in that Balisong utility knife. The handles are also made of the same grade 5 titanium, but look, there's a pocket clip here, and that's what I really liked about this. And that's the other box a utility knife must check. It has to be easy to carry, so a pocket clip is a must, along with ease of changing out these blades. So grade 5 titanium handles, stainless steel pocket clips, stainless steel hardware. But check this out, when it's folded up, there's a little scraper right there at the end that you can also use as a flathead screwdriver. So I thought that was very cool. And the clasp back here is a spring-loaded clasp. So just squeeze it together, opens right up. And that clasp also doubles as a bottle opener. So technically you can consider this a multi-tool. Bottle opener, flathead screwdriver, and utility knife. Arena Accessories offers this in a few different versions. This is the mini version. So these handles are only 4 inches long. They also offer a full-size version with longer handles. And what's really cool about that full-size version is you can take off the utility blade and put on an actual blade. It's replaceable. So it turns into an actual butterfly knife, not just a utility butterfly knife. So I really like that they give you options. I sort of like this mini version here. It's just very small and compact, fits very nicely in my pockets. And if you guys are wondering about the flipping action, it is absolutely fantastic. There's also ball bearings here in the pivots. My only issue is that it's so small that sometimes it's sort of fumbly to flip around just because there's not enough handle area to grab onto. Especially when doing certain tricks, it's sort of fumbly to do. If I do a latch drop, here, let me push this up a little bit and do a latch drop. Yeah, it works pretty good. Latch is smaller than I'm used to, so doing a latch drop is a little bit weird. I can't just easily just go here and grab this. Sometimes I have to find it first and then open it up. But I wanted something small, compact, and lightweight to carry around, so this fits the bill. Now let's talk about how easy it is to change this blade. No screws, no tools needed. All you have to do is just press on the top there, it unlocks it, and the blade slides right out. So that is extremely easy. And to replace it, just take your thumb, push that little lock out of the way, and there we go. A little harder because I'm trying to face the camera, but there you go, done. So what do you guys think about this Balisong utility knife? Maybe not the most practical thing on the planet, but the cool factor here is through the roof. Plus, it's very unique. I have never seen a Balisong utility knife ever. And that to me makes it very unique. And chances are a lot of other people have never seen this before either. So it's gonna turn a lot of heads when you take this out of your pocket. And last but not least, the dual action automatic OTF utility knife. And when you're talking cool factor, I don't know if it gets any better than these two right here, an automatic and a Balisong utility knife. This is just awesome. So yeah, an aluminum alloy, and I believe this is a stainless steel pocket clip, and it's available in a few different versions here. This is the black geometric version. You can get this in multiple colors, but you can also get a version that has very grippy handles. And not only that, you have your choice of a wide pocket clip or a thin pocket clip. If you go with the wide pocket clip, this can also double as a money clip. I won't be doing that, but I just like the idea of this wide pocket clip when it's in my pocket. And check out the mechanism here that deploys the blade. So it does have a lot of texturing right there, so your finger or your thumb won't slide off when you're deploying and retracting that blade. And I've tried to get this stuck, and I haven't succeeded yet. I've sat here for a good 5 minutes doing this over and over and over again, and it just doesn't get stuck. Plus, it's extremely small and compact. The handle length here, when the blade is in, is 3.65 inches long, and the handle thickness is only 0.38 inches. When the blade is deployed is 5.625 inches long. And apparently this is California legal. It's not legal here where I live in New York because it's still considered a spring action OTF. So if I want to carry this legally in New York, I have to go out and get a hunting or fishing permit and be in the act of hunting or fishing. Other than that, I can't get caught carrying this, but it is California legal. So for you guys out there in California, you might want to check this bad boy out. Oh, and you know every other state that don't have knife restrictions that actually abide by the Second Amendment. Sorry, that got very political very quickly. I apologize. I'll reel it back a little bit. But you guys know how I feel about knife restrictions in this state. No.
A few moments later.
And to change this blade out is extremely easy as well. There's a little lever right here. You just push in, that's the lock. So once you press in that lock, it releases the blade. So just like the Balisong version, changing out the blade on this OTF is extremely easy. All right, so now let's rank these. I'm gonna rank these first on practicality and usability. So practicality and usability, I'm putting the pocket knife flipper first, just because it's extremely practical, and why wouldn't it? It looks exactly like a folding knife that you probably have in your pockets right now. And then second place, I probably would put the OTF for usability, just because of how quick that blade deploys. And then I'm gonna put the Balisong dead last for obvious reasons. Because when you wanna open this, you have to start flipping it around or have to carefully open it with the handles. I don't know. This is my order: flipper, OTF, Bali for usability and practicality. So what about ease of changing out the blades? I would have to say the easiest is the OTF. So the OTF goes here, and then the Balisong, and then the pocket knife flipper. All three of these are toolless and very easy to change out, but the OTF is very easy to change out, followed by the Bali, and then this one is in last place just because you have to loosen the screw and make sure you don't lose the screw. And then ranking them on cool factor, it took me a long time to think about this, and I think I made my decision. It goes Bali, OTF, then flipper. Like I said, I put a lot of thought into this, but I don't know if anything beats a Balisong utility knife. It's just cool. I don't know how else to explain it. Not that the OTF isn't cool, which it is. That's why it's a very close second. This one is just a standard everyday pocket knife. It's awesome. That's why I put it the practicality and usability in first place, but it's not as cool as these two, let's be honest. Even though I'll probably be carrying this one the most just because of its usability. So if you want to check out the Balisong OTF or the flipper for yourself, I will put links down below in my description box. No, they are not sponsored links. I bought these with my own money, but if you guys want to check them out for yourself, I'll make it easy for you. Links are below. But if you did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe and go!